Yo, what's going on, guys? Trade recap today. Kind of a roller coaster day today. We lost 350 on the funded, but it was obviously unintentional. My max risk for the day of on my fundeds on any account is 250. Um, Basically, I set my stops. I was only risking $100, and then the candle that stopped me out was so volatile that it didn't register my stop loss, and it ended up making me lose like 350. So it was pretty crazy, but I can't get mad at it. There's literally nothing I could do. Like 10 times out of 10, I can't control that. That is going to happen every single time that there's a volatile candle like that. It works the same way as if it was my TP. I wouldn't be complaining if it was the opposite way around and it shot past my TP and I made extra profit. Same way as I can't complain in this sense because it is what it is. There's nothing I can do. But the trade that I did take on my funded was this. We had this entire range marked out from the low to the high. We had this 1 hour internal sweep inside of the CE of a 1 hour inverse fair value gap, which it perfectly aligned with OTE. It was sitting perfectly inside of OTE. I was then going to look for an entry from that level. We created a 1 minute rejection block, 3 minute rejection block, and 5 minute rejection block inside the CE of a 1 hour gap, which was also perfectly aligned with OTE. And we was leaving 930. I was bullish. We had low resistance. The setup was looking absolutely amazing. So we entered in off of the 0.705 of the 5 minute rejection block. We put our stops at the bottom of the rejection block, risking $100, setting our TP at 930. Then we was eventually going to try to target this 1 hour internal high and then this 4 hour gap. It tagged me in. We came up a little bit in profit, and then it just dumped massively from there. And because of how volatile the candle was, instead of stopping me out at $100, it stopped me out at 350, which is, super unlucky, but nothing we can do. Go to P&L, $320. But we then did, after that, we logged into my new eval and took a trade on an eval, and we made 1.7k on the eval, which was super nice. Took a great trade. It was one that I was looking for all day. Probably actually wasn't the best trade to take based on the bias. Took one trade on the new eval today though, which kind of brought us back a bit. We made, let me show the P&L real quick, $1,676 on the new eval. So about one more trade of the same amount, and we'll be passing this eval. It is a pro 50k account with Lucid, so payouts would be coming kind of quicker. This was a trade I took. It was a super, super clean trade, as you can see. I was looking for longs all day. After we came up, by the way, I did not even take the 10 a.m. setup today, but it was a beauty of a 10 a.m. setup. I should have taken it every single day, but this was amazing. We manipulated down with 10 a.m. 10 a.m. sat within OTE of the range. We manipulated down, came back up. You could have set your limit at 10 a.m., a 10-point stop, targeted the 4-hour CE. That would have been a 1 to 10 risk to reward, and that just dumped straight to TP. I faded this because I was in the process of switching from my funded to eval. If the funded didn't lose 300 instead of 100, I would have definitely taken this on the funded and would have banged TP on it, but it is what it is. Just nice to see a beauty of a setup and nice price action. But what I wanted to see after we hit 10 a.m. was us come down and hit this 4-hour CE. This 4-hour CE rejection block, bullish rejection block. It was rejecting out of a 4-hour FEG, super high confluence. I set my limit. On the 4-hour CE. I put 12 points or 13 points below. Marked out the high to the low of this 1 minute rejection block we formed. OTE was sitting above, so I was not looking for an entry off of that, but we just entered in off entered in off of 12 or 13 points below the CE of the 4-hour rejection block. We took it up to the high and we banked 1.7k on that. It eventually came down. It would have stopped me out at break even here, but then my original TP was 10 a.m. true day open, and then this imbalance, which it did come and eventually hit. But I just targeted this first major draw of liquidity after a fair value gap. If I didn't, I would have got stopped out here at break even, and I would not have even caught the rest of this trade anyways. And I also made 1.7k on the day. The consistency, I think, is 40% or 50%. So again, I wouldn't have even been able to catch this whole thing, but it was a beautiful long. No complaints on the day, really. The situation that happened with the funded was unfortunate, but there's nothing I can do about that. 10 a.m. was a beautiful setup. Didn't take it, but I would have if I was still active on the funded, if that loss didn't happen. But yeah, the highlight of the day obviously being making 1.7k on the new eval. One trade away from passing it. Could be more, though. I need to look into the consistency of a pro account. But yeah, not a bad day today. Let's just see what tomorrow brings.